Hello dear viewers and welcome to another episode of Kebab Connoisseur. I am sending you my greetings once again from Gateshead, where I am now visiting after 3 years of absence. So before I left Gateshead, I made sure to review pretty much every kebab shop in the vicinity, and where I am standing now, you might recognize it, you might not recognize it, is actually a place where I reviewed one of my first kebabs. And while doing so, I have also shown you this view here, which is amazing because you can see the River Tyne and the Newcastle city centre. However, I realized also one thing that I did not record and did not show in the video, and that was possibly my favorite thing in Gateshead, which is Windmill Hills Park. So in this Windmill Hills Park you have an amazing view of the whole Newcastle city centre. So just to clarify, we are talking here about Newcastle upon Tyne, not Newcastle under Lyme, and not Newcastle in Northern Ireland. So right here we are approaching Windmill Hills Park now. It is not the prettiest time of the year and the weather is quite gloomy today, although it's not terribly cold, no wind, it's actually pleasant to walk around. And now let me show you. You probably cannot see it as well as I can. Now part of the panorama is obscured by these trees, but then you also have an area where the trees are low and you can actually see the city. This was, and probably still is, my favorite part of Gateshead. Shame the weather is not sunny, the skies are not clear, but then again that's what you usually get in the UK. Okay, so there is one more aspect I totally forgot to show you of this Windmill Hills Park, and that is a very nice viewpoint here. So there is a wall and then you can walk up to this viewpoint separated by a fence. It's lovely to do it in the spring, presumably in the summertime as well. And now you can also see a panorama of the Newcastle city centre, and then you can sit right here and enjoy a beer. Unfortunately, people don't like to use bins around here, so there's a couple of thrown beer cans down there. So yeah, this is the final part of Gateshead I wanted to show you, at least of this Windmill Hills Park area. Hello dear viewers and welcome to another episode of Kebab Connoisseur. I am sending you my greetings from the far end of West Road in Newcastle in the Fenham neighborhood. And it's almost midnight, and although we are something like 3 miles away from the center, right behind me you can see this very interesting takeaway with all these crazy lights flashing, and believe me, you can really notice it from the distance. So I rushed inside because they close soon. I already bought the kebab. Luckily for me, there seems to be a pub which is closed right now. They have a couple of outdoor tables with chairs, and that's exactly what I need. I'm sure they will not mind if I shoot a review there, given that they're not open and there's no customers. Okay, so right there it seems to be better lit than here, but I first need to weigh this because I can see those tables are tilted. So let us try perhaps this part here. And actually there's quite a few things in here, so I'll just weigh the whole bag. Okay, because of wind it's moving. It's oscillating between 10.13 and 10.20. Now because I've put also 2 plastic forks inside, I'm gonna take 10.13 as the weight. Okay, so measurements are done, and now let's find a seat and enjoy the meal. I think right here should be nice to sit, and there's plenty of light for you to see. Okay, so what we got here, I got 2 sauces separately, chili and garlic, pita bread separately in aluminum foil, and then finally a big kebab with a salad And then meat totally separated from the salad, wrapped also in aluminum foil. So this is what I've got. I am quite hungry because I've barely eaten anything today, and I cannot wait to dive into this. I'll need to spread all of these around. As for the sauces, I'm not sure what am I supposed to do with them. Maybe I can sprinkle a bit by bit, or maybe I could just sprinkle all of them and be done with it. I'll choose to sprinkle half now and half later, because if I sprinkle everything on the top, for example, now there's gonna be too much sauce at the top and not enough at the bottom. As for the foil, I guess I could have taken meat out of it, but now it's a bit late, maybe later. So let's dive in. Okay, so first off, it's very refreshing to finally get a kebab over 1 kilo again. I started believing that's impossible to find them anymore because they're so rare to find nowadays, but kudos to these guys. Sizzlin Pepperoni is the name of the place. I wouldn't even think that they are a kebab shop, but in fact they gave me a pretty big portion, which I like. Who the hell wouldn't like getting a big portion? I paid £7.99, so essentially £8 for this, and given that it's over 1 kilo, that's a good value for money. You get definitely more than 100 grams per pound. Right, so now the bread, not good. It's already cold and feels old and soggy as well. And from the salad you get onions, lettuce, white cabbage, cucumbers and tomatoes. It's a nice mix of 5 different vegetables. The meat is pretty standard, tastes good, but you know, like 3 out of 5. Not bad, not amazing. It is fairly evenly grilled, although it is also a bit oily, which I like. However, we don't see that thing where it's kind of dark brown on the outside and then soft light brown on the inside. Again, this is more or less uniform. Oh, with this salad, I'll try to mix it now, because eating it separately is not that great. Okay, screw it. I'm gonna... There, I've got all the meat outside of it. Okay, bread I can put... Oh. There we go. Let us try to mix. Oh, there's also purple cabbage as well, so you get 6 types of vegetables, quite nice. So try to mix a bit these vegetables and meat. And now let's spill this garlic sauce over it. Let's spill all of it, and then we can use the bread to clean the tray. To clean the small tub, sorry, not the tray, but the tray maybe as well. Oh, it's pretty good. It's a very garlicky mayo, I like it. And now, of course, the king of sauces, the chili sauce. It ain't kebab if it's not spicy. Or should I say, it ain't a proper kebab if it's not spicy. Now this chili sauce is more like tomato sauce with a bit of chili inside. It's not a pure chili sauce, but hey, if it has a spicy kick, it's good enough. It is somewhat spicy, but nothing extraordinary. Yeah, so this bread is very problematic. It's literally falling apart in my hand. I cannot even properly scrape the tub for the reminder of chili sauce with it. This kebab now, when I spilled it all out, kebab looks really big. And it just reminded me how long it's been since the last time I've eaten a big kebab. It's been so long that I'm not even sure whether I can do it, whether I've still got it. So much water has passed under the bridge. And now this is a proper mess, a properly messy kebab. Okay, so the streaks of kebab meat are very long, and that's actually a bit problematic because you take one long strip and you try to pull it out, and then you end up pulling like half of the contents of this box. No, when you get so many different vegetables here, is there any doubt left at all that kebab is by far the healthiest takeaway you can eat? Which other fast food will give you meat and 6 types of fresh vegetables? Nothing. I don't think anything comes even close. But you can eat a hamburger and usually you'll get only 2 or 3 types of vegetables in every single one, and it's gonna be a really small amount compared to meat and everything. But with kebabs, you get a proper salad, a proper amount of it. In fact, most of the time, I don't even feel the need to eat vegetables normally. I just eat a kebab here and there, and that's enough. That's all the vegetables I need in my life. I'm already feeling quite full, but I don't know what should I do with the rest of this. Should I take home? As I've said, it's been a very long time since I've eaten a big kebab over a kilo. My stomach has just shrunk. I think I've more or less reached my limit. I think it's better that I take this home. So how to rate this kebab? 2.5. There was nothing particularly special about the kebab except for size, but size is not a part of the taste rating. So meat, mediocre, which means good but not fantastic. Salad, quite nice that you get 6 different types of vegetables. It is separated from the meat, so you kind of need to mix it by hand. And you get plenty of sauce. Garlic, I quite like it. It's that garlic sauce with creamy mayo as a base. Chili sauce, I'm not that big fan of those, which are based on tomato sauce. And then bread, yeah, definitely disappointing. It feels old and soggy and it's just crumbling in my hand and it really doesn't taste good. Maybe I should finish this after all. I'm definitely full already, but is there point to save this small amount for tomorrow? Probably not. And yeah, just to show you, right there, they've now closed. Lights are out in Sizzlin Pepperoni. Quite an interesting night, having a takeaway working so late and so far from the center. I think at this point we are closer to the countryside than we are to Newcastle city center, and yet this place is open until midnight on a weekday. That's some proper work ethic they have. This pub where I'm sitting outside now, closed. There's a couple of shops next to this one, all closed. Most of the shops as well on the way here are closed. So yeah, it's just amazing that they are working at this late hour. But good for them, what made it possible for me to eat kebab tonight. Okay. Maybe I'm still not an old man yet. Maybe I've still got it. I can still finish a big 1 kilo kebab. So, thank you dear viewers for watching this review, and I'll see you next time in another video.
So, that was the Sizzlin Pepperoni, a takeaway on the outskirts of Newcastle. As the name suggests, the place specializes in pizzas, but they are also very generous with their kebab portions. It has been a while since I've eaten a kebab over 1 kilo, and this takeaway not only delivered it, but also charged me under £8 for the pleasure. The value for money, standing at 127 grams per pound, is excellent for this day and age. In fact, one could almost afford to buy 10 kilos of this kebab on an average UK daily wage. On the flip side, the taste was somewhat subpar, with a great garlic sauce, a good selection of 6 vegetables, mediocre meat, an underwhelming chili sauce, and a disappointing pita bread. Still, I would probably eat from this takeaway again if I found myself in that neck of the woods, as quantity is, after all, a quality of its own. That is all for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time in another episode.